Hi. So we'll be starting with lesson 16, the Right to Information Act 2005. Now, this act gave a lot of powers to the citizens of India. So citizens today, like you and me, can ask for information. We can seek information from the government and government authorities. Earlier, before the RTI Act, it was very difficult to know how the government was functioning. So, citizens today can make an application to the government by filing a right to information RTI. हम लोग RTI फाइल करते हैं इन द गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स. सो गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स कौन से हैं? You could have your BMC, you could have your RBI, you can have your SEBI, you can have your income tax authorities, okay, you can have passport authorities, okay, you can have various any other authority whichever has been set up by the government. You can ask for information from them. Now tell me one thing, why is it needed to give information to the citizens? Why would citizens need information? Can you tell me? Citizens को इतना क्यों जानना है कि क्या गवर्नमेंट के डेटा है, गवर्नमेंट का इंफॉर्मेशन क्यों निकालना है उनको? Now, very first information, it flows that only if you have information, only then you can speak. अगर तुम बात कर पाओगे तो तुम गवर्नमेंट को क्वेश्चन कर पाओगे. You can ask questions, you can know how the government is functioning. So for example, आज you all tell me, तुमको लग रहा है कि roads are very nicely made? The roads in India are very well developed? Yes or no? Now, when you normally go, you find many roads which are not done properly. But you come to know that the funds that they have, the BMC that they were got the funds for that area was a lot more. So the citizen, maybe if I am a resident of that place, I will ask the government department, that is BMC, आपको ये road बनाने के लिए, to make this road, how much money did you get? Which all materials did you use? What was the amount that was spent, unspent? Who was the contractor? Don't you think that information is needed to the citizen? So then he can take action, he can ask for questions. And there are two important words why it is important for citizens to be given information. Government, why they should share the information? First of all, it increases transparency. Transparency is increased. Means what? We come to know, everything becomes clear cut. We can see through whether the government has functioned or not performing their duties. So everything becomes transparent and clear. Second, the another important part is accountability. What do you mean by the term accountability? Now see, accountability simply means responsibility. So today if I come to know that so much funds were allocated and no work was done, I can ask who is the contractor, I can bring them up, I can make them accountable. So when I say accountable, I means responsible. So what happens, let's understand, this right of information gives lot of powers to the citizens of India, agreed or no? So citizens have a right to information from government departments. You agree with this or no? Do you believe that the citizens have a right to get information from the government departments? Answer is yes. So in order to ensure that, the RTI Act 2005 was passed. Next, ये RTI करता क्या है? एक citizen, tell me one thing, you think the government department will be very excited to give the information? Yes or no? गवर्नमेंट को अच्छा लगेगा बताने के लिए, तुमको इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर करने के लिए उनको अच्छा लगेगा?
No.
No. So what happens? The citizens is asking information from the government department. For example, there was a person, he filed a RTI to know Narendra Modi how much he has spent on his foreign travel. Do you know that? They are asking ki what does Narendra Modi, how much has he spent on his foreign travel? Let us know because it is the public funds. So the government rejected his application. They said नहीं 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 आपको नहीं बता सकते हम लोग. Now the government departments are reluctant, they resent, they do not like giving information. तो हर गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर एक ऑफिसर रखा हुआ है विच इज कॉल्ड एज पब्लिक इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफिसर. इन शॉर्ट वी कॉल देम एज पीआईओ. ठीक है, तो ये पीआईओ इंफॉर्मेशन निकाल के देगा. तो मैं गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में फाइल करता हूं बट आई एड्रेस इट टू द पीआईओ. मतलब क्या, इन एवरी गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट there is a person appointed, an officer appointed called as the PIO. And what will be the function of the PIO? To give the information to the citizen. Got it? Now tell me one thing, can this information be given after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or it should be really quick? What do you think? Shouldn't the information be given quickly? So what is the timeline within which the PIO has to give the information to the citizen? Any guesses? How many days के अंदर वो रिवर्ट करके दे देगा कि ये लीजिए ये information है? Answer is it is normally within 30 days. Just imagine how fast the act is. Citizens apply to the government department's PIO. BMC के अंदर एक PIO होगा, आरबीआई के अंदर पीआईओ होगा, पुलिस के अंदर पीआईओ होगा. वो ऑफिसर को हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि काइंडली गिव मी दिस इंफॉर्मेशन. ओके, एस्टेट डिपार्टमेंट हो गया, तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन मांगते हैं, गवर्नमेंट गिव्स द इंफॉर्मेशन एंड देन द सिटीजन कैन टेक वॉट एवर एक्शन ही वांट्स. सो आई गिव यू फ्यू एग्जांपल्स. नाउ देयर वाज दिस पर्सन, ही वांटेड इंफॉर्मेशन रिगार्डिंग अ फ्लैट. सोचो एक बिल्डिंग में ही इज बाइंग, there is a building. In the building I want to buy this flat. मुझे ये फ्लैट खरीदना है. Don't you think I'll require information to know whether the building is being constructed legally, everything is in order or no? Yes or no? Wouldn't I want to know कि ये बिल्डिंग के पास में सारे permissions है कि नहीं? Now sometimes the landlord or the secretary might not be willing to share this information. So what I can do, I can file an RTI because all these records of the building and everything, OC, CC जो words होते हैं, occupancy certificate, completion certificate, NOCs, all of that must be with the government department. So a RTI can be filed here and information will be sought and the citizen will come to know whether it has been made clearly or no. So I'll show you an application that I had made for one of my clients. So it's a very simple application. You just have to tell what all information do you want. So let's see. This I had made it in 2018. अब देखो मैं किसके पास से इंफॉर्मेशन निकाल रहा हूं. आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग इंफॉर्मेशन अंडर द RTI एक्ट. राइट और रॉन्ग? सो आई वॉज रिक्वेस्टिंग इंफॉर्मेशन. अब मैंने डेट लिखा. अब मैं किसको एड्रेस कर रहा हूं? इन एवरी गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट हु डू आई हैव टू एड्रेस इट टू? द इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफिसर, द पब्लिक इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफिसर. आई वॉज आस्किंग फ्रॉम द MCGM बिल्डिंग प्रपोजल डिपार्टमेंट. So I should know which department has that documents or the information. I will address it to that department. Municipal Corporation E-Ward Wadala. I made it, the application. Request for information under section 6(1). So citizens can ask for information. Then I said, respected sir, madam, please supply me the following information in respect of this building in the E-Ward. Particulars of the information needed. So now I have to tell them what all information I need. तो मैंने बोला कि मुझे OC चाहिए बिल्डिंग का, CC चाहिए, सेल अग्रीमेंट चाहिए और फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट बिल्डिंग, प्रॉपर्टी कार्ड चाहिए. So I will give list of documents that I need. Then I will state this. I hereby state that the information sought is not covered under any of the categories which are exempted from disclosures under section 8 and 9 of the RTI Act, and to the best of my knowledge is pertaining to your department or office. अब कौन से sections hit हुए अभी तक? RTI Act 2005 का सेक्शन 6 के अंदर हम लोग इंफॉर्मेशन सीख कर रहे हैं, और हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि सेक्शन 8 एंड 9 जो दिया है, दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज एग्जेम्प्ट फ्रॉम डिस्क्लोजर. इट इज एग्जेम्प्ट फ्रॉम डिस्क्लोजर. अब ये जब हम लोग एक्ट में करेंगे तब पता चलेगा क्या है ये, बट मार्क करो इंपॉर्टेंट. टेल मी वन थिंग, क्या तुम कुछ भी इंफॉर्मेशन मांग सकते हो गवर्नमेंट के पास से? मैं गवर्नमेंट को उनका पासवर्ड मांग सकता हूं? Yes or no? Will government give me that information? I say it is with you, give it to me. No. Can I ask the government कि what is your nuclear weapons कहाँ पे है, कितने nuclear weapons है, किधर रखते हो? You think government is going to answer me that? No. Again, if the government has received any information regarding a terrorist, you think they are going to give me information about that? No. Information kept with the CDI, with the CBI, CID, with RAW, ये जो भी हम लोग के इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग अथॉरिटीज रहती है, यू थिंक दे आर गोइंग टू रिवील दोज इंफॉर्मेशन? आंसर इज नो. सो ऑल ऑफ दोज इंफॉर्मेशन कम्स अंडर सेक्शन 8. दे आर एग्जेम्प्ट फ्रॉम डिस्क्लोजर, simply meaning that those information the citizens cannot ask. If you apply for those information, it will be rejected. So these are the sections that you need to know. Are we clear with this? You got an idea? Then I said I am affixing ₹10 court fee stamp towards this RTI application. अब मुझे बताओ कि जो PIO ऑफिसर मुझे information देगा, he will give me in the form of email, he can give me in the form of hard copies, he can give me in whatever form I'm asking, I have to tell them. So the cost of the copy, should I be ready to pay for that or no? Yes or no? आंसर इज यस. तो जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन में सीख कर रहा हूं, मुझे उसके लिए वो कॉपीज का पैसा देना पड़ेगा. सो प्लीज सेंड द इंफॉर्मेशन टू माई बिलो एड्रेस. फॉर एनी फर्दर क्वेरीज प्लीज फ्री टू कॉन्टैक्ट मी. योर सिग्नेचर एंड देन द नेम ऑफ द एप्लीकेंट इज गिवन योर. आर वी क्लियर? सो दिस इज द एक्चुअल RTI एप्लीकेशन दैट आई हैड मेड फॉर माई क्लाइंट. अब मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, कमिंग टू द एक्ट. You got what is the act about? So let's understand what is the act about. Mark this as important. RTI Act 2005. Okay, it provides, that gives the right to information for citizens. So citizens को एक right to information मिलता है. And we can access the information under the government and public authorities. It could be any public authority. I can ask for information. Now with this, two important words I told you all will be there. One is it will increase transparency. We'll come to know how the government is functioning. And second is accountability. Responsibilities will be set. You will come to know that who is accountable, who is responsible. You'll come to know because you can claim for that information. Now, very, very important, when this act came into force. So it came into force in October 12th, 2005. So it RTI Act 2005. It came into effect on 12th, 2005. So this is important, you need to know. Whatever we are doing from there, only question will be framed. This is the module, and whatever I've highlighted, that is all that you need to do. Second, tell me one thing, all the acts are above the constitution or no? are all acts from the constitution? Is constitution above all the acts? Yes or no? Answer is yes. So even here there are two articles that you need to know. मतलब RTI भी पास हुआ है. So these powers will always be derived from the constitution. तो constitution ने powers दिया था to make RTI act under two regulation numbers. Okay, so RTI में you have to remember article 19(1)(a and article 21 of the Constitution of India. So let's understand what is it. Article 19(1)(a spoke about freedom of speech and expression. It spoke about freedom of speech and expression. Tell me one thing, how is RTI connected with speech and expression? तो ये एग्जाम में आ सकता है. How is RTI, right to information, connected with speech and expression? Any idea? Now let's understand. It's very simple. Today, only if you get information you will speak. आज तुमको information होगा तो ही तुम speech and express कर पाओगे अपने आप को. So therefore they believe that in order to ensure that the person speaks, he should get information, only then he can speak. And the second article that is there is your article 21, that is your right to life. In order to enjoy your life, you need a healthy government, you need certain information. Sometimes what happens, the government is blocking your application. Specifically मेरा application block कर दिया, तो मैं RTI फाइल करके पूछ सकता हूँ कि मेरे application के साथ में क्या हुआ है. I can ask them. So this is a right to life. It's so important that it ensures, makes life meaningful. And second, only if I get information I will be able to speak that my application is being blocked unnecessarily or it is wrongfully blocked, etc. Clear? So let's understand. Before dwelling on the RTI Act, before getting into RTI, one should mention the case of RP Limited versus Indian Express newspapers. The Supreme Court read into Articles 21, that is right to life, right to know, that in order to live a meaningful life, knowledge is required, information is required. The Supreme Court held that right to know is necessary ingredient of participatory democracy. Now see this word, participatory democracy. Tell me one thing, are we living in a democratic country or no? Is India a democratic country? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Democracy में people की सुनी जाती है बात. Of the people, by the people and for the people. But if the people को ही information नहीं दोगे, you think they will be able to participate in the democracy? For example, if no information is given to the citizens, will they be able to participate in a healthy manner? Answer is no. If today you don't know information, you don't have any information, any knowledge, will you be confident to speak? Confident to question? Confident to raise your voice? Answer is no. So in order to ensure that people participate in democracy, it is necessary that you know, you have knowledge. So Article 21 confers on all persons a right to know, which includes right to receive information. तो पहला आर्टिकल कौन सा याद रखना है हम लोग को? Article 21, which talks about right to life, includes right to know or right to receive information. Moving forward, the next article which is important that you need to know, that is the Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution. It talks about that Constitution guarantees to all its citizens freedom of speech and expression. Now, how is speech and expression connected with information? Now, only if you have information will you speak. is what the logic is. See, a citizen has a right to receive information, and that right is derived from the concept of freedom of speech and expression. Right to freedom of speech and expression carries with it a right to propagate, circulate one's views, opinions. Speech and expression means you can express yourself, and as a prerequisite of enjoying this information is knowledge. Matlab, as a prerequisite to speech and expression, mean in order to speak, you should know. So once you have the knowledge, then you will speak. Now tell me one thing, can information be granted of everything? Can the government give you whatever information you ask for? Yes or no? What do you think? Should the government give you anything that you ask for? आंसर इज नो. तो कौन से सेक्शंस में है जो नहीं दे सकते हैं? सेक्शन 8 and section 9. It contains information which cannot be granted, so which affects the integrity of India, sovereignty of India, security of India, etc. जो आगे हम लोग देखेंगे. Moving forward, Right to Information Act. Now we saw the background. Background में हमें सिर्फ दो ही आर्टिकल जानने हैं. एक है आर्टिकल 19(1)(a) and आर्टिकल 21 of the Constitution. Now coming to Right to Information Act. ये भी मार्क कर सकते हो. This you can read it. When was it passed in the Lok Sabha, राज्य सभा? कोई भी बिल जो होता है, okay, any bill, the Right to Information Bill, एक एक्ट बनने के लिए किस किस का अप्रूवल चाहिए? You require of both the houses. Now which are both the houses? So one is perfect, Lok Sabha and राज्य सभा. ठीक है, तो दोनों का कंसेंट चाहिए. और फिर बाद में किसका कंसेंट चाहिए? लास्ट में प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया विल ऑल्सो सैंक्शन इट, एंड देन दैट बिल विल बी कॉल्ड एज एन एक्ट. सो इवन फर्स्ट अ बिल इज प्रपोज्ड इन द पार्लियामेंट. तो एक राइट टू इंफॉर्मेशन बिल वॉज पास्ड by the Lok Sabha on 11th May 2005, in Rajya Sabha on 12th May 2005, and assent of the President was given on 15th June 2005. तो एक्ट बना, and this act was considered as a watershed legislation. Watershed legislation means a very tight legislation कि कुछ भी वहाँ से पास नहीं हो सकता है. So it was a very concrete and strong legislation, RTI Act, and the most significant milestone in the history of RTI Act in allowing transparency and accountability. Now let's get into the act. Salient features of the act, you can read it. Okay, what are the salient features? Which all of this we will be doing. It extends to the whole of India except Jammu and Kashmir. It provides a definite date for its commencement, 120 days from its enactment. मतलब जब पास हुआ एक्ट तो कोई कोई हो सकते इमीडिएटली अप्लाई हो जाएंगे, जैसे आज पास किया कल से अप्लाई हो जाएंगे. बट ये एक्ट वैसा नहीं था. व्हाट दे सेड, कितने दिन बाद अप्लाई इफेक्टिव हो जाएगा? इट विल गेट इन टू इफेक्ट 120 days. सो पीपल कम टू नो कि हाँ ठीक है, आज प्रेसिडेंट ने अप्रूव किया है. 120 days का ट्रांजिशन टाइम है. पीपल विल स्टार्ट गेटिंग knowing about it and so on. It applies to public authorities. All citizens of India can access this information. This information will be granted by PIOs, Public Information Officers. You have to pay a very nominal fee. Okay. Then certain informations are exempt from disclosures. That is given under section 8 and 9. And intelligence agencies जो है हम लोग की, CID, CBI, okay, all of this, उनके पास से information नहीं ले सकते. They are all those information, कौन सी agencies है government की, they are given in schedule 2. You cannot ask information about those. Now coming to the object of the act, क्या लगता है? What is the purpose of passing the RTI Act? So you can read it once. It's very simple. The citizens can access information held by the government authorities. So it gives the citizens a lot of power to get information, knowledge. It will promote transparency and accountability in the working of every public authority. So nowadays public authority also get scared कि यार अगर हम लोग ने काम नहीं किया, that person will file an RTI and then they will come to know that now work was not done properly. So all this you can read it. Now certain definitions are there. In any act, the definitions are given under section 2. So definitions are given. कौन से definition दिया है? What is a public authority? What do you mean by record? And what do you mean by information? What do you mean by right to information? Now very general 4 definitions are given. Not all are important, but let's understand. Tell me one thing, under RTI Act, can I ask information from a private company? Yes or no? Private company के पास से information मांग सकता हूँ under RTI? No. Information can only be asked from a public authority. So you should know what is a public authority. So public authority means any authority, body, institution of self-government established or constituted by Constitution of India, Parliament, any state legislature or any notification by the government. So when I say public authority, I'm actually talking of government bodies, government authorities like BMC, RBI, BEST, all of those. Then comes records. What do you mean by records? All the information and the records held with the government, I can ask for it. Now what do you mean by the records? Any kind of document, any kind of copy, microfilm and all of those, any images which is there, any other kind if information is there, any computer device, all of those records I can ask for. Information means any information can be in any form, whether it be in document, mail, emails, opinion, advices, press releases, anything, just normal. And what do you mean by right to information? What do you mean by the term right to information? So it means the right to information accessible under this act. So citizens have a right to access information under this act, which are held by the public authorities. So I can ask, it's so powerful act, I can ask कि बाजू में एक playground में कोई speech चालू है politician की, who gave him the permission? I will write, I'll ask the government authority who gave that permission. There is a continuous cricket match being played, who gave them the permission? So all those information I can ask for. Then I can ask for copies, I can ask for inspection of the work, I can ask for certified samples, I can ask in disk, floppies, etc. Okay, now third party भी हम लोग देखेंगे, बहुत ही interesting है, आगे आएगा. Third party मतलब क्या? Any person other than who is applying for information. Applicant के अलावा. तो अभी देखना बहुत interesting है. सोचो कि मैं applicant हूँ. I am the applicant. I will apply to whom? For information. I want to apply to get information. Where do I apply? Who is the authority? I apply to the public information officer of that authority, of that government department. I ask the PIO कि आप मुझे information दो. अब ये जो PIO रहता है, ये information मैं मांग रहा हूँ, बट मैं किसके पासपोर्ट डिटेल्स मांग रहा हूँ, मैं किसके इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न्स मांग रहा हूँ. तो डोंट यू थिंक मैं किसी थर्ड पार्टी का इंफॉर्मेशन मांग रहा हूँ? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरे को पूछना है कि इज मिस्टर ए मैरिड टू मिस्टर बी और नो, उसका मैरिज सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए मुझे. सो टेल मी वन थिंग, द एप्लीकेंट इज आस्किंग इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट, बट इंफॉर्मेशन इज रिलेटिंग टू अ थर्ड पार्टी, राइट? तो ये थर्ड पार्टी कौन हो गया? इट इज अ पर्सन other than the person requesting for information. So the third party हम लोग देखेंगे. तो एक बार क्या हुआ था, एक इंसान ने, एप्लीकेंट ने पूछा था कि सचिन तेंदुलकर का उसका रिकॉर्ड चाहिए था. सचिन तेंदुलकर को एक पेनल्टी लगी थी उसके प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर. सो दैट एप्लीकेंट इज आस्किंग द गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटी, हाउ मच पेनल्टी डिड यू पुट ऑन सचिन तेंदुलकर प्रॉपर्टी, टेल मी. तो सचिन तेंदुलकर becomes a third party. We'll see what all it is there. Now important part, section 4, obligation of the authority. ये important आगे आएगा. तो just it's the authority, a public authority has to follow the rules and regulation and has to be ready to share the information. This is important. Designation of PIO. So every public authority, तो जो भी गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स है, हैज टू कंपल्सरीली हैव टू डेजिग्नेट इन ऑल इट्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूनिट्स. सारे ही यूनिट्स में किसको रखना है? पीआईओ को रखना है. सेंट्रल पीआईओ या स्टेट पीआईओ. ओके. नॉट ओनली दैट, पीआईओ में अपने एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूनिट्स में, सब डिविजनल यूनिट्स में उनको असिस्टेंट भी रखना है, असिस्टेंट पीआईओ भी रखना है. मीन्स गवर्नमेंट के जो भी डिपार्टमेंट्स है, वी आर कॉलिंग इट एज एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूनिट्स. वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूनिट्स में तुमको किसको रखना है? पीआईओ को. एंड सब यूनिट्स के अंदर किसको रखना है? असिस्टेंट पीआईओ को. ये लोग का काम क्या होगा? व्हाट विल बी द ड्यूटी ऑफ द पीआईओ? दे विल हैव टू प्रोवाइड इंफॉर्मेशन टू द सिटीजन्स. नेक्स्ट, रिक्वेस्ट फॉर ऑब्टेनिंग इंफॉर्मेशन. दिस यू कैन मार्क एज इंपॉर्टेंट. So this is important. Firstly, we are requesting the PIO, public information officer, to give information. एस्टेट डिपार्टमेंट हो गया, तुम्हारा कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट है गवर्नमेंट का, उसके PIO को एड्रेस करूंगा मैं. वहां पे एक डेजिग्नेट किया ही होगा टू प्रोवाइड, एंड हिज जॉब इज टू जस्ट गिव मी इंफॉर्मेशन. Now the timeline in which information has to be given is provided. Time, कितने टाइम में. So firstly, normally information should be provided within how much time? Within 30 days information should normally be provided. अगर मैं असिस्टेंट को पूछ रहा हूं, असिस्टेंट को एड्रेस किया हुआ है, then 35 days के अंदर मिलेगा. अब 40 days थोड़ा और टाइम if interest of third party is involved. अब 40 days includes the maximum period and plus the time given to the party to make the representation. Third party. अब समझते क्या ही है? Where third party, interest of third party is involved. So what happened? A person applied for income tax return. Income tax return of Mr. X, or let's say you want to ask the passport details of Mr. X, or you want to know whether Mr. X is married or no. Marriage certificate चाहिए तुमको उसका. Now all this information is kept with the government authorities or no? Yes, but who it will affect? It will affect Mr. X because you're seeking someone else's information. So then the PIO will tell him, अरे ये क्या कर रहे हो आप? तो किसी और का information मांग रहे हो. आप पूछ रहे हो कि शाहरुख खान के बंगले पे कितने का फाइन लगा, आपको जानना है. तो मेरे को शाहरुख खान को पूछना पड़ेगा. तुमको जानना है कि राखी सावंत ने कितनी मैरिजेस की, तो they will have to ask राखी सावंत. So all of this is affecting someone else. So the PIO can't be stupid and just give away information. They ask the third party. They ask for representation. They ask for objections. Then the PIO will listen to the objections and then decide whether he should part with the information or no. Then next, 48 hours if the life and liberty is involved. अब for example, let's say life is involved, तो then immediate basis पे तुमको issue करना है. कितने में? 48 hours में फटाक से information जाएगा. Now let's say if a person is there and this person was beaten up, okay, beaten and might just die. This person might just die. Now don't you think ये बहुत ही क्विक हम लोग को इसके, they are giving some information, कुछ तो इन्फॉर्मेशन की ज़रूरत है जो कोई किसके पास में कोई हॉस्पिटल के पास में इंफॉर्मेशन है that this person is saying that they were also beaten by the husband on so and so date and they had made a complaint, medical report भी है. Now don't you think all of this has to be accessed really quick because this person might die? Yes, so then we will make an application to the PIO of XYZ government hospital कि आप please immediately information दो about this, otherwise this person will die. So 48 hours if person's life, liberty is involved. Now duties of the PIO also same, they have to give within the timeline. So what are the timelines? 30, 35 और कितना था 40 and last में 48 hours. So these are the timelines that you need to know. This is the duty of the PIO to ensure. Now imagine I have asked the OC papers, okay, the occupancy certificate, completion certificate from a wrong authority. I have made application to A authority when I had to make a RTI in B. Do you think my application should be rejected? Answer is no. What they should do? Authority A, PIO should say कि नहीं, he should transfer the matter to the right authority. So for example, if I am the PIO and I know that a application has come to me, it should have gone to someone else. So it is my duty to transfer it to the right department. So let's see what is this. If the information requested for is closely connected with the function of another public authority. If the information requested is held or is a subject matter which is closely connected with another public authority, then the PIO shall transfer that within a period of 5 days to that other public authority and inform the applicant immediately. तो applicant को बता देने का कि आपने गलत इंसान को अप्लाई किया है, मैंने आपका एप्लीकेशन राइट अथॉरिटी को फॉरवर्ड कर दिया है. This is there. Now tell me one thing, if a person, this RTI Act misuse हो सकता है कि नहीं? Can RTI Act be misused also? Answer is that yes. Supreme Court has found out that so many people, they are asking for information which is irrelevant, which is too much detailed, or which is trying to just frivolous information they are seeking. So that can be rejected also. See, the Honorable Supreme Court in the Central Board of Secondary Education versus Aditya, okay, Bandyopadhyay, observed that indiscriminate and impractical demands under RTI, impractical demands, you are asking for 100 years ka information for disclosures of all and sundry information, all the small information is being asked which we cannot show. I'm saying that show me all the sundry expenses or those expenses given which are small nature, so that they will say it's not really unrelated to transparency and accountability in the functioning of this or eradication of corruption, would be counterproductive. So in order to give information which is so detailed to someone which is useless is going to be counterproductive, and the PIO can reject such information. Then coming to the most important section, which is your section 8, information which cannot be given to the citizens. Now what kind of information? So let's see. First is any information that is affecting the sovereignty, integrity of India. If imagine I want to know India and China के बीच में क्या strategic plan होने वाला है, how are we going to counter China? You think the government should give you that information? Answer is no. It will affect the sovereignty of India. Second, which is expressly forbidden by court. अब कभी कभार क्या होता है, courts like certain matters, like you know the Babri Masjid case, the judgment. So it was something which could lead to communal tension. So they said कि ये आप information नहीं मिलेगी, तो वो forbid कर सकते वो लोग. Court can forbid such information. Third, where the disclosure would lead to cause a breach of parliament privilege. So everything discussed, the parliamentary debates, cannot be gone out and said that what happened in the parliament. So certain times when there is a close meeting within of the cabinet ministers, that information cannot be leaked and cannot be asked for. Next, information regarding trade secrets, intellectual property. So many times there are these patents given, which we will see what it means. For example, पेप्सी कैसे बनता है, उसके ट्रेड सीक्रेट्स होते हैं. फरारी का पेन ट्रेड सीक्रेट होता है. तुम्हारे IBM ने कितने टेक्नोलॉजीज बनाए, उसके ट्रेड सीक्रेट्स होते हैं. दैट व्हेन हेल्ड विद द गवर्नमेंट यू कैनॉट आस्क फॉर दैट. नेक्स्ट, इंफॉर्मेशन रिसीव्ड इन कॉन्फिडेंस फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट, that also cannot be asked. So for example, a foreign government has given me information about Kasab, or has been given about some Yaqub Menin, something like that, and then we are not going to divulge it to someone else. Next, anything which endangers a person's life, अगर ये information दे दे तो उसकी life को threatening हो जाएगा. For example, witnesses. अगर मुझे पता चल गया कि witness कौन है, मैं RTI फाइल करके बताता हूँ, मुझे बताओ कि कौन कौन विटनेस है. सो इट कैन अफेक्ट हिज लाइफ, लिबर्टी, पर्सनल सेफ्टी. तो दे विल से नहीं, दिस इज ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ एनी मैटर, दिस कैन नॉट बी गिवन. नेक्स्ट, विच विल इम्पीड द प्रोसेस ऑफ एनी इन्वेस्टिगेशन. ड्यूरिंग एनीथिंग विच इज अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन यू कैनॉट आस्क फॉर इंफॉर्मेशन ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम. कैबिनेट पेपर्स, तो ड्यूरिंग द पार्लियामेंट मीटिंग्स ऑल्सो जो भी पेपर्स जाते हैं, that also cannot be asked under RTI. Clear इतना? So these are important things that you need to know. It has come in the exam also. Rejection of request. If you feel that anything is coming there, the officer PIO has a right to reject your information. Partial disclosure is allowed. For example, let's say you have asked for matters which are falling under section 8 and others. तो सेक्शन एंड इसको सिवियर कर सकते हैं. सिवियर मतलब सेपरेट कर सकते हैं कि ठीक है चलो सेक्शन 8 वाले इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं प्रोवाइड करेंगे. आई हैव आस्क्ड फॉर 5 क्वेश्चंस, 3 क्वेश्चंस आर फॉलिंग अंडर सेक्शन 8 एंड 2 आर फॉलिंग अंडर अदर कैटेगरी विच आई कैन आस्क फॉर इंफॉर्मेशन. व्हाट द PIO शुड गिव? शुड ही रिजेक्ट द एंटायर एप्लीकेशन, or he should reject only the 3 questions which are falling under section 8 and give the information of the 2 questions that I've asked. So partial disclosure is also allowed when you can easily sever the part, मतलब separate कि ये 3 अलग इसके questions है, ये 2 अलग questions है, वो दे सकते हैं. Who all are excluded, from whom you can't ask for information? Your intelligence agencies. Intelligence agencies, your RAW, your all of the border force, border security force, your CBI, enforcement directorate, NSG commandos, all of those. So these are all your intelligence agencies. All of them, from them you can't seek information. Now coming to information commissions, let's understand what is those. We are almost done with the chapter. Tell me one thing, we file an information to whom? From whom do we ask information? From the PIO. What if the PIO refuses to give information, or PIO gives you wrong information, or gives you very detailed delayed information, or is asking for too much fees? So if I am aggrieved from the acts of the information officer, where should I go? In appeal. So government has set up called as information commissions. So they hear appeals from PIO. Okay. So let's see, they have made 2, Central Information Commission and your स्टेट इंफॉर्मेशन कमीशन. ठीक है, समझते, बहुत ही सिंपल है. ये जो इंफॉर्मेशन कमीशन होते हैं, दे हैव बीन कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. इसका नॉमिनेशन कौन करता है? बाय द प्रेसिडेंट. सी, दे आर अपॉइंटेड, द ऑफिसर इज अपॉइंटेड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. बिकॉज ये बॉडी जेन्यून होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. बिकॉज अगर इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफिसर करप्ट हो गया है, so we need a higher body which is unrelated to the parliament, to everything. So the information commissioner cannot be a member of parliament also. Completely unrelated body who has a lot of integrity and respect in the market. So let's see. The information commissioners in the Central Information Commission shall be persons of eminence of public life with huge amount of knowledge in law, science, technology, journalism, should not be a member of parliament. Okay, then they've given the terms of the office of this information commission also, that you can read. Then even for the state information commission, the state information commission will be constituted by the state government. So central government makes your central information commission, your state government will make your state information commission. दोनों का काम क्या है? To hear appeals from PIOs. So we'll see what is it. So mark this as important. What is the power of information commissions? So the Central Information or the State Information Commission will receive complaints from any person who has not been able to submit an information because PIO was only not appointed. So if a PIO is only not appointed, you can go in appeal to the Central Information Commission and tell them that, there is no PIO appointed. Information has been refused. There has not been any response. The fees charge is unreasonable. It is giving false or misleading information or any of these matters. And this Information Commission will have the same powers that of a civil court. Now coming to your appellate authorities, this also you can mark it as important. It has come in the exam. So सबसे पहले असिस्टेंट PIO होता है. अगर मैं असिस्टेंट PIO से खुश नहीं हूँ, so I can go in appeal to PIO. And अगर मैं PIO से भी खुश नहीं हूँ, then I can go in appeal to the information commissions. This is it. So from here it is a first appeal. From here it is a second appeal. So let's see. The first appeal to the officer senior rank to the PIO will be made. It should be made within 30 days when the lower authority has passed the decision. This is the first appeal. Second, I am unhappy with the decision of PIO, then I go to the commission. So the second appeal will lie to the Central Information Commission or the State Information Commission, will lie within 90 days from the decision given by the first appellate authority. Now ये क्या है? Third party appeal against PIO's decision. Who was that third party? सचिन तेंदुलकर, मिस्टर एक्स, किसी और के रिलेटेड इन्फॉर्मेशन पूछ रहा हूँ. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ तुमने कितना इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न फाइल किया. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि तुम्हारे पासपोर्ट डिटेल्स क्या है. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि तुमको कितनी फाइन लगी हुई है. सो इट इज अफेक्टिंग यू. यू आर द थर्ड पर्सन. So you can go in appeal that why is he asking information regarding me? That is not allowed. So that appeal, third party can also appeal against PIO's decision. Must be made within 30 days. जैसे यहाँ पे देखोगे 30 days and appellate authority में within 90 days. Same thing. Then comes to penalties. Very, very important. If PIO doesn't give you the information, penalties will be levied on him. So imposes stringent penalties on the PIO for failing to provide information. Every PIO will be liable for fine of 250 rupees per day up to a maximum of 25,000. तो PIO के ऊपर 25,000 का फाइन हो सकता है. For what? Not accepting an application, delaying the information, denying information, giving incorrect or misleading information, destroying information or obstructing the information. सो PIO के ऊपर हम लोग पेनल्टी लगा देंगे. एंड दैट इज इट. वी आर डन विद द चैप्टर. Now from here, this chapter, I'll just go through the past year question papers. What all questions have come from this chapter. So, firstly, in December 2018, they had asked a question, write a short note on the powers of the Central Information Commission under the RTI Act. So remember, we had done PIO say appeal goes to Central Information Commission. Who forms the Central Information Commission? It is the central government. Who appoints the officers? It is the President of India. Okay, so all of this they have given you. What are the powers? They have a right to receive the complaints, etc. The next question they have said, explain the provisions of appeal. So appeal, we had seen the first appeal and the second appeal. First appeal lies from assistant to the PIO, and the second appeal lies from PIO to the commissions, information commissions. Then the next question they had asked, explain any 4 categories of information which have been exempted from disclosure. So this was asked in December 2019. So ये अपना आता है under your section 8. 4 categories, very simple, which affects sovereignty, integrity of India, which has been expressly forbidden by court, which amounts to breach of parliament privilege, which amounts to commercial confidence or trade secrets are being asked, which has been received in confidence from a government department, endangers the life of any person, impedes the process of any investigation. During any investigation, you are trying to interfere with the asking for information, cabinet papers, etc. And that is it. So these are all the questions that have been asked, and that is it. We are done with the chapter.